This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled Who Hurt You? The Alone Factor. Now, my MGTOW brothers, inevitably and invariably, you will encounter the alone factor in some way or some form as a part of the weaponization process against you. The alone factor, if allowed to, can, because of the despicable nature of its use, force you off of the MGTOW path if you let it do so. The alone factor is in actuality a form of coercion which plays upon fear, false needs, and the ability to be self-sufficient or self-governed, and false mental assessments. Furthermore, the alone factor presents a false sense of reality, which indicates that life for a man will be better if he has a woman in his life. The true reality is exactly the opposite. It's more likely the case that life will be worse if a woman is in his life. Additionally, the alone factor, when it is used in a weaponized fashion, is a tactic of great restriction, which can limit a man's present day existence as well as his future. If a man falls for the alone factor and thus either cohabitates with or marries a woman, he can pretty much kiss his freedom goodbye. And whereas a woman who he does the aforementioned with is of one nature beforehand, the man who is now entrapped into her Venus flytrap will encounter her true nature. The other aspect of the alone factor is men who cohabitate with or marry women will quickly discover the true horror of being alone when they are in the company of a woman. That is, that there are many marriages or cohabitations where men are left with a sense of loneliness because they have discovered, as they are being broken down by the enzymes of the feminine Venus flytrap, that their women do not have their best interests at heart. For these men, it is a new, dark age of restrictive life, which combined with factors such as shaming, inhibit emergence, women's hypergamy, etc., that ultimately drives them into a lonely place. And even though these men are living physically with women, in their hearts as well as their minds, they are alone psychologically, making it in some cases a true mental hell. When the spotlight of reality is placed on the alone factor, the truth of the matter is cohabitations or marriages are not where the grass is greener. One only has to look at the spate of high-end divorces and breakups which occurred in just this year alone to see that fact and see the truth of it. Another area where the alone factor presents itself in a diabolical form is the prediction of a man's future if a woman is not in his life. I'm sure you've heard, my brothers, the statement, "You'll die alone." I have heard it many times. Recently, in the last few weeks, with the argument with my sister, by the way. This statement is again diabolical in nature because it tries to predict a man's present and his future based upon limitations. It says to a man that he will, if he does not cohabitate with a woman, or if he does not marry a woman, he will be alone when he dies. The truth of the matter, though, my brothers, is that no one knows when and how they will die. Therefore, it is illogical when a woman throws this argument towards a man because there's no way that she can accurately predict his future, much less her own. My brothers, again, these things, such as the common statement that you will be alone, is something to destabilize your base as a man, to destabilize who you are as a man. It is saying to you that you will not be complete as a man. I'm sure you've heard of statements such as a woman's touch, such as your life is not complete without a woman. You've heard all these things. And then when you get into a argument because a woman is trying to tell you that you must, as a MGTOW man, do your duty. You must go out and find a single mother, perhaps, to get married to do your duty, to take care of her kids that are not your own, not of your own blood. That if you don't do these things, you will die alone. You will be alone. You will not have friends. You will not have a beautiful life, a life with a unicorn, so to speak. But my brothers, you must understand that these are false statements based upon illogical arguments. Again, no woman can predict how your future will be. You, in some cases, cannot predict how your future will be. The only thing that you can do, my brothers, is to plan and try to do what you can, like investing and doing things to better your finances so that when a rainy day comes, you have sufficiency to take care of the issues that come along with that. To say that again, when you marry or just cohabitate with a woman, that your life will be better is so illogical. And in fact, it is fairly obvious, very obvious to say that there is no benefit to you, my MGTOW brothers, to either cohabitate with or to marry women in this day and age. Again, you can cite anything from the Tomi Lahrens to the Will Smiths being punked. All these things that have happened, the space of divorces, the issues that are going on right now, all these things, Dr. Dre, all these things you can cite. And there is every argument against that argument that you will be alone. There's every argument against the alone factor. In fact, my brothers, it is better sometimes to be alone. It is better not to be in the in crowd, because you, as a critical thinker, can go on to do various things like invent things, like invest, like begin to produce content, do anything that you need to do. And furthermore, you have to look at it this way. When you are alone and when you're not dealing with, quote unquote, the inner bitch emergence every day, shaming, not being able to be free, and just being able to sit down in the morning as you plan out your day and have a peaceful cup of coffee. You have to look at it this way, my brothers. Some men who are caught up in the Venus flytrap, who are being digested by the enzymes of the Venus flytrap, cannot even do that. They live in a day-to-day hell of shaming, nagging, of just fickle issues, fickle emotions, back and forth. They can never do right. Think of it that way, my brothers. And understand that when a woman throws that argument against you, that you will be alone, she tries to shame you, like as my sister did a few weeks ago, because I refuse to marry. I refuse to cohabitate with women. I refuse to go that route. But rather, I will go my own way as a MGTOW man. That's what this is, my brothers. It's about your freedom. It's about your peace, your sanctity. And again, the simple infusing power of the MGTOW philosophy affords you that. And it affords you everything that you need to walk along that path towards your freedom. You will find that a woman does not complete you. There have been many songs in the past. I think Percy Sledge put out a song that your life would not be complete without a woman, that type of thing. But exactly the opposite is the case for you as a MGTOW. Because your life is complete, my brothers. It is very complete. That's what the MGTOW philosophy affords you. Completeness. It allows you to see that you can go your own way without, quote unquote, a woman's touch. You can go your own way without her restrictions, without the things that pull you down, without the things that keep you from having your dreams fulfilled. You can, my MGTOW brothers. So again, when a woman tells you that you will be alone because you refuse to cohabitate with or to marry women, tell her, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, now more than ever, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.